Are you ready?
Hey peeps, how's it going? Upload streak lives on. Today we are back talking about the Lions, kind of, and really the media presentation of how we are being talked about, and how people who aren't Lions fans who watch just like news networks or Sports Center, whatever it may be, and how we are just getting bashed. So I'm gonna break that down for you in a minute. But I made it a Lions video, but it's really a Detroit video, and I'm gonna elaborate on it throughout the video. But I want to start out by saying this and praising where praise is due. Good Morning Football. If you do not watch it, it is a must-watch. It's a little goofy, and it does get a little white, and by white I mean cringy. But nonetheless, they talk about the Lions in a positive way. Nate Burleson, the former Lions wide receiver during the Calvin Johnson era, is on it, and he's a big part of the reason why they are so positive about Detroit. You know, he loves Detroit. But Peter Schrager is probably the next biggest guy on there, and he was one of the best news breakers in the league. So anytime something big's happening in the NFL, he's usually one of the ones to report it. So those two guys really like the Lions. And, you know, the Lions players have a good relationship with them because they all like Nate. And, you know, they have interviews and stuff on there. And they just talk about the Lions in a positive way. You know, they're the only ones talking about them possibly winning the NFC North. TJ Hawkinson possibly being a dark horse rookie of the year. Matthew Stafford's going to have a bounce back season. Kerryon's going to have a breakout season. That defense is going to be an elite defense. I mean, these guys really broke it all down before pretty much anyone else did. So if you do not watch Good Morning Football, it is a must watch. I mean, they don't really talk negatively about any team. So if you're not even a Lions fan, go check them out, man, because they talk about your team in a positive light. They don't bash anybody. So with that being said, ESPN, FS1, Yahoo, 97.1 The Ticket, and several other whatever, if they talk about sports outside of DSA, the Detroit Sports Alliance, they all hate Detroit. And that's nothing new. But it's getting to the point where it's out of hand. You know, the Lions only won, 6 games last season, if I'm not mistaken. And there's people out there projecting them to only get 4 wins. It's kind of embarrassing because, you know, all the steps that we've taken throughout this offseason, through the draft, free agency, and now OTAs and practice facility, rookie minicamp, we've done everything to the best of our ability to get better. We have done nothing wrong to where we are going to digress. From here on out, we are only going to get better. I don't understand why people like ESPN and all these guys just bash them. I mean, it's not like the Lions are the Patriots where we have Super Bowl on top of Super Bowl on top of Super Bowl. We have nothing. We don't have anything since the 50s. So I don't get where this bashing has come from. I really don't. And I know several people out here are trying to make Detroit a very positive news network for sports. But at the same time, it's hard to do that when people like 97.1 The Ticket, YouTubers, and people commenting on your videos are so hateful and resentful to a certain organization. Rather, it's the Pistons, the Tigers, the Lions, or the Wings, which I don't think anyone hates the Wings. I've never heard anything bad about the Wings since Steve Eisenman started to take over. It's getting to the point where it's frustrating because if you guys can't hop on and be excited, why should any of the Lions or Pistons or whatever? I mean, part of being a fan is rooting for your team no matter what. And it doesn't help when Mike Vellani or whoever brainwashes people not to like their team. Like, he claims to be a Giants fan, and he's fed up with them. I don't care if the Lions traded Matthew Stafford away for a bag of chips, which Stafford's my dude. I know people like him, but I would still root for the Lions. I'd be heartbroken that they traded one of my favorite players, but at the same time, it is what it is. And I also understand, and I get, that respect is not given, it is earned. I mean, in a day and age where everyone wants something handed to them, no one puts in the work, and no one should be projected to win Super Bowl. I mean, let's be honest, the Lions aren't going to win Super Bowl, but they are disrespecting the Lions. I almost said the Pistons. And at the same time, they make Cleveland sound like they are going to beat New England in the AFC Championship. Nothing against Cleveland. I'm rooting for Cleveland. I like Baker. Baker's my dude. But Cleveland hasn't proved to anyone that they can win their division, let alone possibly go into the AFC Championship game. Now, they very well could. They're very talented, but it has to be seen. Like I said, respect is earned, not given. So I understand that, but throughout the years, Detroit has always proved one thing, and we're not flashy, we're not pretty, we get the job done. And it's about time for the Lions to accept that motto and really embrace it. Because I am just so sick and tired of the disrespect. I mean, even for like the Pistons, who have 3 championships, 2 different teams won championships. Bad Boys went back-to-back in 04 and won one. That made the Pistons a dynasty. It gave them a championship pedigree. And that means from the future, you have something to build off in your organization to see what worked throughout the years. And the Wings are one of the greatest teams throughout the ages of history. I mean, making the playoffs for 20-some years, all the Stanley Cups, it's hockey town. It's crazy, all the disrespect, and people just look them over. Like that post a while ESPN did right after the Pistons got eliminated from the playoffs, just shitting on Detroit. Talking about it's been 10 years since we've done anything throughout the sports. It is ridiculous, and it's about to change. It really is. Detroit itself is on the rise. I went downtown for Game 3, and it's been a minute since I've been downtown. But my God, it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. I would love to live downtown Detroit. I never thought I would say that, but it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. I was amazed by it. But you got Detroit coming up. Just to turn around the city's made by itself is incredible. The Pistons are going to be a playoff team for a very long time, and just a piece or two away from really taking off. The Wings got Steve Yzerman back. They are on the rise. It won't be that much longer until they're back in the playoffs. The Lions are finally got a game plan. They know what they want to do, and they got the guy that they want to emulate it. They are going to be on the rise. The Tigers are probably going to be the one that's left behind for a minute, but that is okay, seeing how we were good for a long time. But all 4 teams have something positive to take away, to build upon. And all these teams have bright futures, regardless if you see it or not. And I'm not just being biased. If I really thought the Pistons or the Lions were going to be garbage, I would tell you guys. But I'm really hyped up. I see the talent. I see the potential. It is there. I mean, Detroit is on the rise. And it's part of the reason I do what I do. Because, the big market medias, they don't talk about anything Detroit at all. At all. And then if they do, it's like when Milwaukee sweeps the Pistons, they just throw the Pistons underneath the rug or whatever. And then like something great like LeBron would do, or Aaron Rodgers will throw 300 yards and win a game by a lucky field goal. And they talk about, the Lions are a good team, but, Aaron Rodgers is just the man. I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. So I just wanted to rant about that. To be honest with you, I don't even know if that made any sense, if you guys understand it or whatever. But I seen something the other day that made me think about it. And I know a lot of guys covered it all, and I know everyone's bashing 97.1, but it's just not 97.1. The thing you guys got to realize about that is that's our home station. That's what we're supposed to feel comfortable listening to. And when they don't like the team, and when the main show and the main radio guy, Mike Valeni, is not from Detroit or has no respect for anything Detroit, it's a piece of shit network. So That's all I got to say for that. So with that being said, comment down below any thoughts, comments, concerns you guys have. Instagram, Twitter links in the description. Be sure to check those out. And I will see you peeps in the next one. Peace.